I've already tried re-editing this same part about 5 times, so if you don't want to hear or see this introduction, which you probably don't want to, go ahead and skip to 108. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and just describe and say that my mom and her mom were like best friends, so I would go to her house like every other day, okay? We were interacting very often, and I didn't mind this because she was a good friend. For now. This video is only going to be about my rant. It's not really going to be about this rant. It was originally going to be a regular video about me seeing how bad organized runs are, that aren't Discord runs, but I guess it shifted into a rant video, kind of like the last video I made, but I don't have any actual proof of anything. I'm not taking screenshots of my texts because that's just weird, man. And plus, I don't even know how to export it onto this because it's on a different device and everything. Anyway, enjoy.
So I'm gonna go ahead and just make this a voiceover because my explanation for this wasn't really brief, and I feel like I should be brief on this channel. I mean, you can't see my face, so it's gonna be fine, right? Anyway, so when we met in Portugal, which was like 4 years ago in third grade. We were very close friends, right? We were really close friends. Like, I would tell her anything, even my crushes, what was happening with my family, everything, right? She was a great friend too. I would even go over to her house, like, very often. We were kind of neighbors. We lived in the same neighborhood, but we didn't live like directly next to each other, you know? But it was like a fever dream because I would walk 5 minutes to a park nearby and then I would just be there to talk to her. Anyway, so that's basically our origin. Then I moved to America, which is where I am now, and recently I've been getting in touch with her. I About 2 years ago I cut relations with her because I just didn't trust her anymore. She kept on saying, "Oh, I hate you." Wait, no. "Oh, you hate me." She never said that I hated her. Wait, no. She never said that she hated me, but she always said that I hated her, which I never said that. I cared about her as much as I cared about my other friends. Thing is, she thought she was more special than everyone else because in third grade, fourth grade, and fifth grade, I would talk to her nonstop because I didn't have any friends. Um, in sixth grade, I wanted to cut relations, which was the year before last. So I went ahead and stopped talking to her. I didn't do the right thing, so I didn't really um actually communicate with her. So that's kind of a mistake on my part, but
I know at the time I should have actually contacted her and talked about this whole situation, but then again, I was still really young. I still am, and I make a lot of mistakes, which is okay. You make mistakes all the time. But apparently, I did more than just this mistake with her. And then she goes along and just tries to get back with me. Because, yes, I was friends with her brother at this point. We were really close because she just fit my not relationship. She just fit my personality better than anyone else could have. Why am I saying she? He fit my relationship better than anyone else could have. We were into the same things and everything. So, I mean, he was just a really cool person to have around. But anyway, she managed to get in contact with me through her brother, and then we started talking again, and I was like, okay, maybe she's changed. Maybe she actually just needs friends, and she's trustworthy. But I regret this. About a couple months later, she starts begging for Robux. And she doesn't just do this once, she does this twice. And then I say no. I'm like, I'm not giving you Robux. And then finally, I get my 1,000 per month. This is when we still had the premium before the stupid Robux Plus. Um, I was like, okay, I'll give you 100. Will you stop asking? She was like, yeah. And then a month later, she's like, I'm trying to save up for a new outfit. Never bought, by the way. This was about 5 months ago. And yes, she saved a lot more Robux before this whole Roblox Plus thing. And then she just keeps on begging me for Robux. Beg, 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 beg. And then it's like, you don't care for me anymore. Because yes, I constantly gave her Robux. I gave her more and more each time. And then I finally snapped. I sent her 500 in a gift. And I was like, if you beg again, I'm cutting relations. And then she stopped begging for a while and then begged again. I'm like, okay, I guess this is I'm just gonna lie about this. And then I started lying about this entire thing, which I feel like I did wrong at this part. I shouldn't have lied about not having the Robux because I had 4,000 in my account, but I should have just said no, but instead I said, sorry, I don't have any. And she was like, you don't? What do you mean? You literally have Robux Premium. And I said, oh, I gave it all to my friend. And she said, oh, your friend instead of me? I guess I'm not your first choice. And then this was on Discord, so she purposely deleted her message. And I read the message, but I pretended like I didn't see it. So I was like, did you delete something? And she said no. So we just, I don't know. And then just the day before yesterday, I was playing a horror game with her and her other friend. She was begging me to join, and I was kind of getting bored in my Dandy's World run, so I just went ahead and joined her. When I joined her, she was acting really disrespectful. She kept on saying, go kill yourself, and her friend knew it was a joke. So I knew it was a joke, so I didn't say anything about it too. Um, she kept on saying all those things, and eventually I lied about it and left, but she kept on saying it. It was really rude. And then she went over to her friend while I was in the Discord call and said, oh, you remember when you used to bully me? I just froze for a second, and I tried to recall the one time that I was rude to her, which was never. I was always nice and kind and respectful to her 24/7, no matter what she did. But I guess I was rude to her when I went ahead and ignored her. Ignored in the sense that I cut relations with her, but I didn't tell her anything about it again. Um, which is a mistake on my part. But I mean, that's basically it. Our relationship still hasn't ended, but I'm seriously thinking of ending it after what she did the day before yesterday. She's been telling literally everyone, even my friends, my own friends that I invite her to play with. She's like, "Oh, I'm not your first choice. You don't like me. I don't stay with people that I don't like." Like my comments, I would be deleting them if I didn't like them. Um, I I don't get why she's like this. But anyway, if you're being like this to one of your friends, please do not continue to be like this, or this is going to be how you end up with no more friends. Because at the end of the day, all we want is actual friends that are here to love and support us. And I was one of those love and supporters. But then you threw that all away when you started acting falsely towards me. So it's not my fault if you're gonna be this way, because I'll just leave any day. Anyway, that's gonna be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Have a nice day or night or wherever you live. Bye!